So the fun part here is about posters and drinks and food. So it's maybe a geeky way of having fun, but the posters will be fun. Obviously, you've already realized that this conference is really organized in a different way, and instead of having this kind of death by PowerPoint thing, we're doing this slightly differently, and we're having a lot of conversations. Which means that inherently then we're not having a lot of detail about all the observations and all the deep knowledge that people have on all these different topics we've already heard about. And those are all reflected in the posters. So the poster sessions become then a very important component for this conference. So I want to offer some guidance of how we've thought about that. We are fortunate. We have lots of submissions for posters, and we have a little over 170 posters that are up, organized in 3 different rooms. And you have this map, right? And we talked about these 3 rooms of where these are, and we're going to go over these in a little bit. But there is 400 of you, and there's 3 rooms, right? And you already saw where the food is, and we don't want to have these long lines and all these bottlenecks. So if your blood sugar can take it, and you can wait a little longer, for some of you, we'd like to offer a suggestion of how to maneuver the space and the people we're in. So there's multiple poster opportunities here to interact with the poster authors, and if you're a poster author, hopefully your poster is up and you found your space. There's 5 opportunities to have conversations with the posters or go look at them right now until about 2 o'clock. Well, exactly 2 o'clock, because you'll all be here on time back. I'm sure you will be. This evening, we have a reception, so there with drinks and things, and you can interact with the poster authors as well between 4:45 and 7. Tomorrow, again, between lunch and the reception, and then on Friday at lunch before we all go home or go party or do something else. So the way that this is organized is we have all the posters, the 170 posters, they're binned into kind of 8 different categories, 6 today and 2 tomorrow, and that is about half and half in terms of the amount of posters that are being shown. And they're organized in this way. So if you go back to your map, and I'll show this again at the end, and you look for these rooms, East Court, West Court, and lecture room, here's where these topics are being dealt with in these 3 ways. So we have Arctic Answers, which are the search products that are up. We have posters that are submitted by the Indigenous Working Group. We have sort of information needs, what do we need to know, and all of those are in the East Court, which is that way. In the West Court, we have posters on policy, so how are we managing and informing Arctic policy now? And in the lecture room, which is connected to the East Court, we have topics on collaboration and scenarios. Okay, this is for today, and then tomorrow we have only the West Court and lecture room. The posters, I mean, only when I say this is when the poster presenters will be there. The posters are up the entire time. But the poster presenters are in these slots today and tomorrow. And then on Friday, there is no assigned times for the people or from whatever category, but people may be there. And for all of you who are poster presenters, there's half-page kind of notes where you can put in, I will be at my poster at this time, if you choose to be there at an additional time other than your assigned times, if that makes sense. Also, if you go and see a poster and the person is not there because they decided to do something else, there are sticky notes on some of these tables. Write a note, right? Write a note, a sticky note, put it on their poster and say, hey, my name is so-and-so, I really want to talk to you. Find me here, or whatever, or email me or something. Okay, so this is kind of what is where, when. So this is my suggestion here in terms of the flow of people. If you are a poster presenter, this is for today. If you are a poster presenter for today, you are in group 0. If your poster is tomorrow, you will be group 0. Otherwise, you're assigned depending on what quarter of the year you were born. Okay, so hopefully everybody knows what month they were born in. So you're in groups 1, 2, and 3. Okay, or 0. Now remember your group for today and for the following days, because this is my suggestion. Okay. We're going to start with the poster sessions right now, but there's lunch. There's box lunches out there, but we don't want a mob to go to the box lunches, okay? Unless you're fainting, okay? And I'm going to stop talking here pretty soon. Let the poster presenters, group 0, have the lunches first, so they can grab their lunch and then go to their posters. Okay, so hopefully that'll take about 10, 15 minutes or so. So by 12:45, right, those will have cleared out, and we'd like to suggest that group number 1 go and get their food and drinks. Meanwhile, okay, groups 2 and 3 go to these rooms. And this is really just to spread out the amount of people so not everybody is in one room trying to get in or out. And then maybe do this for 20, 25 minutes, okay, and hopefully you've had a chance to meet some people and then switch. Some people will be really hungry, right? And so group number 3 gets to eat in this particular instance, and the other 2 groups may switch rooms until maybe 1:35, and then again for the last 25 minutes do this again. So if you're in group 2, and now you're really worried, did I have enough during my coffee break? Did I have enough muffins? Maybe tomorrow you'll have enough muffins. So think about that for tomorrow. Now, it's a suggestion, okay? So don't blame me for the bottlenecks if you don't follow these suggestions. That's all I'm saying, okay? So hopefully at least some of you may follow this, and that'll work. So we'll see how this works out. Tomorrow, there's a similar schema that we may go for, and then we may adaptively manage how that works. For this evening, simply everybody should just get their drinks. I know you're not going to listen to me if I say don't get your drinks until 6:30. So just get your drinks whenever you show up. But maybe start in these rooms, okay? The poster presenters will get their drinks, their group 0, and we'll go to the posters. And then the others, maybe just start there and then just start mingling as the time kind of goes on, just so we have some sort of a partition of people. Okay, so a quick reminder of why we're doing this. And the expectation here is, again, it's like the conversations are taking place here. All the details, the gore details are out there, or you can just go read the people's papers too, right? That's possible. But the intent is to deepen the dialogues. We've heard a lot about things here, and Brendan mentioned this morning, it's like we're going to start a lot of these conversations today, but we're not going to have a time to end all the conversations necessarily. But the posters is one way to go deep in the conversation. So find that. Also find new people, right? So hopefully establish new relationships. We've heard a lot about already the importance of establishing relationships. And the reason we're dividing you up into quarters is because you don't want to flock with your snow geese over here and some Canadian goose over here, right? It'll mingle things up. So actually challenge everybody. We challenge ourselves, and I already met a few new people this morning already I'm excited about. And hopefully you can do the same and establish these new relationships. Try to meet 3 new people. Can be a challenge. We won't have a test later, and you don't have to name any names. But see if you could do this, right? Because we're bringing together people that usually don't interact in the same platform, in the same conferences. And so let's take advantage. Let's take advantage of doing that. Okay? And then seek these further interactions. And one way of doing that is you can take the sticky notes, leave notes for people, use the Slido thing, whatever works for you. Okay. So before you all storm out, and I know you've written down, I think, did we print out some of these group things? I think, maybe, yes, no? Sorry? Okay, some of the things about where you're supposed to start, in case you missed it, are outside, so that'll help. So we are there, right? The food is in the middle, basically where your drinks were before. As you already learned, don't bring your food inside, okay? But there's multiple places to go sit or stand and eat, okay? And it's in these places here, so around where the food is, outside, it's probably really nice and warm and sunny. I have no idea because I've been in here. But there's some places to sit there. And there's also this room on the bottom left corner of your map, which is called the members room, which is when you come out this way in the back corner. For those of you who would like to sit or need to rest, you can go in there. The other tables are taken. The only thing I asked is that if you go and sit somewhere and you start chatting with people, don't linger there the entire time, because you will have missed the opportunity to have this experience of all these amazing posters that are being presented. Okay? And then the mandate is to go and have fun. Thank you very much.